Hello everyone, this is Sam from Language Atlas, and in this video I'd like to show you the Italian A2 vocabulary Anki deck. In this video, we will go over three things. First, I'd like to show you the course structure of the Italian A2 vocabulary Anki deck. Second, I'd like to show you the course content, and I will do so by showing you three decks within the overall Italian A2 Anki deck. And third, I'd like to show you some brief editing options. So let's get started with the first point, which is to show you the course structure. I normally double click on Anki deck to open it. However, I've already done so. You can see right over here, we have the Italian A2 vocabulary Anki deck. Inside it, there are 8 chapters: pronouns, conjunctions, verbs, nouns, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, and determiners. If we click on chapter 4, nouns, there's a little plus icon over here. You can see that there are some subdecks inside it: academia and intellect, animals, arts and entertainment, body and health, going all the way to time, maths and numbers, and transportation. Now, what I have done is that I have categorized all the different words in the Italian chapter 4 nouns Anki deck and put them in these different categories. So anytime you wish to learn a certain category, a certain theme, think of animals, think of clothing and fashion, think of nature and environment, you can do so. So it's very handy. This was my first point, to show you the course structure. Now I'd like to go to the second point, which is to show you the course content. And I will handle 3 decks. We will do chapter 4 nouns, home. We will do chapter 5 adjectives. And we will do chapter 3 verbs. Let's get started with home. Click on study now. And you can see the first card type. You can see that there's an Italian sentence with 2 underscores. You can see that there's an English translation of the Italian sentence with a certain part bolded and underlined, in this case a plate. And you can see a visual representation of the Italian sentence. Now this is here so you can better memorize the sentence, create a link, a visualization to it. Now again, your job is to know what goes over here. So there is a plate of appetizers on the table. How do you say a plate in Italian?
C'è un piatto di antipasti sul tavolo. Il piatto, un piatto. I piatti.
Now let's get started with this area over here. We can see that there's the Italian sentence. We can see that's the answer we've been looking for. However, this part over here is in blue. Now, why is this? That is because all Italian nouns are gendered. They're either masculine or they're feminine. And if it's a masculine noun, you will see it in blue. And if it's a feminine noun, you will see it in pink. This is there so you can better memorize the gender of nouns. Underneath the Italian sentence, we can see the IPA notation of it. This will help you to better pronounce the Italian sentences. Pronunciation is very important when you want to learn a new language. Underneath that, we can see that there is the English translation of the Italian sentence, and if you click on this, we can hear the sentence again.
C'è un piatto di antipasti sul tavolo.
Now, if you go one area underneath it, we can see that we are in the singular noun area. You can see the Italian noun, you can see the IPation of the noun for pronunciation purposes. You can see the translation of the Italian noun, and if you click on this, you can hear the audio again.
Il piatto, un piatto.
Now, if we go a bit further down, you can see there's a plural noun area. Italian plural noun, IPA notation, and English plural noun, so the translation.
I piatti.
Now, that was one card. Let's have a look at another one. Italian sentence with some blanks. English sentence, bolded, underlined, and a picture. My hair needs a wash.
I miei capelli hanno bisogno di una lavata. La lavata, una lavata. Le lavate.
Now, this part is a bit different from what we've seen before. It's in pink. Why? Because a wash is feminine in Italian. So again, masculine nouns are blue, feminine nouns are pink. Other than that, the setup is exactly the same: sentence, singular noun, plural noun, with IPA notations, translations, and audio. Another sentence. Italian sentence, blanks, English translation, the oven, and a picture.
Porta il forno a 200 gradi. Il forno, un forno. I forni.
Good. Let's do one more. How do you say a fork in Italian?
Gli spaghetti si mangiano con la forchetta.
Forchetta.
La forchetta, una forchetta. Le forchette.
Now, this was the first card type. And in the first card type, you see some blanks and you have to know what goes inside the blanks. The second card type is about typing. Now, we've seen this before. There's a plate of appetizers on the table. However, this time we have to spell plate. Now, I've spelled a plate right over here. Let's see if it's correct.
C'è un piatto di antipasti sul tavolo. Il piatto, un piatto. I piatti.
Good. Now, as I've spelled the word correctly, it's in green. So Anki lets you know if you spell the word correctly. But what if you spell the word incorrectly? What happens then?
I miei capelli hanno bisogno di una lavata. La lavata, una lavata. Le lavate.
Now, this is where it gets interesting. As you can tell, I have made an error right over here. I used two D's when I should have used a T. Now, Anki shows you when you made a mistake. So the two D's are in red and the T over here is in gray because that's what I should have had. So this second card type, the spelling card type, really helps you correct your spelling. And I could continue like this, but I'd have to spell more, and I think you got the picture already. I'll go back to Dex. I will click on the small icon over there, and I'd like to go to Chapter 5 Adjectives, and I'll click on Study Now. We can see another sentence. Italian sentence, underscore, her husband is a rude man, rude bolded and underlined, and a picture right over here. How do you say rude in Italian?
Suo marito è un uomo maleducato. Maleducato, maleducata. Maleducati, maleducate.
Now, this is where it gets interesting. Again, this you've seen before. We have the sentence, we have the IPA notation, the translation in audio. However, Italian adjectives are gendered too. So we have the singular masculine and the singular feminine, and we have the plural masculine, plural feminine. So it's a bit different from the English language. So in Italian and I'd say Romance languages in general, adjectives are gendered and you have to know different genders of them as well. However, this Anki deck will really help you learn all the different genders and the different variations of them. So you can see over here O and A ending, and again here different endings as well. So remember that adjectives are gendered as well, and you can learn those different genders via this deck. Let's do another one. Mark is the son of divorced parents. Divorced. How do you say that?
Mark è figlio di genitori divorziati. Divorziato, divorziata. Divorziati, divorziate.
Good. Let's do the final one. The bigger shops are able to keep their prices low. How do you say low?
I negozi più grandi riescono a tenere i prezzi bassi. Basso, bassa. Bassi, basse.
Great. Now, again, adjectives, genders, you get the picture. Now, if I were to continue long enough, you would see that I would end up with the typing exercises. And again, I have to type again. And if I had it correctly, it would be green. If I had it incorrectly, it would be in red. Let's do one more. I'll go to chapter 3 verbs. I'll go to study now. Grandma went out to collect herbs. Now note that this is a full verb, infinitive, to collect. Let's see what the answer is.
La nonna è uscita a raccogliere le erbe. Raccogliere.
Good. Now, I told you before a few seconds ago that it's an infinitive, the full verb, to collect, to collect. Now, all the verbs that you come across in this Anki deck and other ones as well are all in the infinitive, in the full verb version. Why is this? Once you know the full verb, the infinitive, you can conjugate it in all different ways, in all different tenses. However, the basic form is always the infinitive. And then you do different things on it based on where it is in a sentence, which subject pronoun, and which tense you're talking about. But the infinitive is the basic of it all. So you'll always learn the infinitive. So as you can see here, we have the full sentence area and we have the infinitive area over here. Let's do another one. They decided to sail through the Atlantic Ocean. To sail. How do you say to sail?
Loro hanno deciso di navigare attraverso l'Atlantico. Navigare.
And we see the answer navigare. And again, full verb to sail, to sail. Let's do the final one. I can't allow you to speak to me like this. Allow.
Non posso permettervi di parlarmi così. Permettere.
And as you can tell, to allow in the infinitive version as well. Now, those were the decks that I wanted to show you. The last thing that I'd like to show you is the third point, which is the brief editing options. And this part that I'd like to show you is about how to regulate how many cards you see. If you click on this little icon over here and go to options, you can see new cards a day, you can see maximum reviews a day. The new cards a day are about how many new cards you see per day. So it's 20, I could change it to 50. And the maximum reviews a day are about the reviews. And you can click on this if you want to have more information about it as well. So reviews are essentially things that you've done before, you're reviewing it, and you can change this as well. So currently I've increased the amount of cards that I see per day. You can see these numbers I've changed over here. And I can decrease them as well. I can go from 50 back to 20. Now, which number you choose is dependent on what you want to do. My advice would be to stick to a low number in the beginning. Language learning is all about creating a habit, building a habit, and it's better and easier to do so if you start with a lower number. Of course, later on, you can increase this number if you wish. Now, that was it for this video. You can find the deck on languageatlas.com. I will put all the links and information in the description and comment section. Thank you for watching. I wish you the best of luck when it comes to learning the Italian language. Once again, you can go to languageatlas.com to get the deck. Thanks again, and I wish you a good day. Goodbye.